Hello everybody and welcome back to Draggling Diamonds. I am here today with a WIP and chat. WIP stands for work in progress, and chat, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about my week. I'm going to be honest, today was kind of a rough day for me mental health wise, so I am going to try not to let that reflect in this WIP and chat. If I had the ability, I probably would have waited till tomorrow to record, but I don't really have that ability because our life is pretty hectic, so I'm going to push through and hopefully it doesn't reflect. So, what am I working on today? I am working on this absolutely adorable Apple Dragon by Stanley Morrison and Diamond Art Club. This is the kit that I am actually working on for Drills and Chills, which is hosted by Katie over at Diamonds and Washi and Lindsay over at Emeralds and Fairy Lights. Okay, I have to section off my next row here. I definitely wanted to work on this one first for Drills and, or I wanted this one to be my entry for Drills and Chills, and because I absolutely love it, number one. Number two is actually a gift from a very dear friend, and it's also the first piece of mail that I got as like on my maiden name, or not my maiden name, with my married name. So that was like a double and triple whammy. Because it wasn't it was obtained in D-Stash. This kit was unfortunately archived by the time I got back into diamond painting, because I did take a little break when I was pregnant with my daughter. Ooh. Yeah, Zero's having zoomies right now. Perfect timing, right? That's how he does things. Okay, so yeah, I'm just sectioning off right now. The washi tape I'm using is from Amanda Michelle Designs. I absolutely love her Halloween washi tape to the point that I realized that I bought so much Halloween washi that I don't know if I'm going to use it all anytime soon. So we'll see how much of it I get through with my Drills and Chills kits here, and my fall and Halloween kits. But yeah, I fell in love with the Stanley Morrison dragons, and I am on a quest to collect them all. Thanks to another dear friend, I do have one more closer to my collection, so I am only missing 2 of the dragons that currently have been released as diamond paintings. One of them is Mushroom Dragon, and then the other one is Old Fashioned Dragon, which that one's still in stock at DAC. But Mushroom Dragon, once I have the ability to, I'll be hunting the D-Stash groups for that one. But yeah, I did Pumpkin Dragon last year, and I wish I could do that kit a second time because I loved it. It was so amazing to work on. Okay, so what are we working with today now that I have that all sectioned off? I have this, for my cover minder, I have this cute little trash minder, and this is from Amazing Crafts. Unfortunately, she is no longer selling her products, but well, she said she was taking a break, and then I haven't seen anything in like, it's been almost a year, so I would imagine that she's probably not going to be selling anytime soon. I could be wrong though, you never know. You can always follow her on Instagram just in case. And then for my pens, I will be using my typical pens I use with dragon kits, and both of these were turned by Enabler's Outpost. This one was a Cocoon blank that I purchased and sent to Enabler's Outpost to turn. This one was just purchased in their shop. And then I will be using a Bijou Bliss tray here. This is one of their pumpkin ones from last year, their Halloween trays. I do have the Drills and Chills tray from last year and this year. I'm using last year's tray with Witch's New Year, and I haven't used the newer tray yet because I just unboxed it yesterday. And so that, yeah, I have a small shop haul coming for you guys next week. And then for my wax, I'm using my Dragon's Blood Wee Wax, which once again always use with my dragon kits. And I try to go very fall with my scents. So I have Cinnabon, Oh Snap Dots, and we have Apple Pie Dot Dot Putty. Is that everything? I think so. And of course I'm using Elizabeth Ward containers for these as well. So let's chop into this and let's get going. So I hope you guys are having a good week, hopefully a better week than I've been having. You know what's funny too? Like this morning, I literally got up, I got into like the Discord, and I'm like, you know what? Today's gonna be a good day. I'm putting it into the universe. It's going to be a good day. And oh, crap. And it indeed was not a good day. Well, I'm just gonna do that because that's not gonna be needed there anymore. So, yeah, I've been kind of struggling today. There's been multiple issues and, you know, problems with kids arising. Like every kid gave me trouble today of some sort. And what the heck? Where did that come from? And yeah, it's been a trying day, and I'm glad the day is over and I can just sit and relax now. Well, for the most part, because I do have to record. But then once I'm done recording, I'm going to actually sit and relax. I have been working pretty hard on, I went so hard on, which is New Year. It was a kit that I started up in with the intent, like I started up at the end of August, because I was like, I need a transition kit. I didn't have a big kit ready to go for, or I didn't have it, like, because I basically had 2 days at the end of August where I did not have like an actual full kit up minus my long-term canvases, and I was like, well, I kind of want to kit up one of my Halloween kits and my fall kits so I can, you know, get into the spirit and start working on that. And then so I went back and forth. I was like trying to decide between Witch's New Year and Witchcraft Room, because I have Spooktacular Night kit up, and I was like planning on starting that on September 1st. Notice I say planning. It has not been started yet. But yeah, I had planned on starting that one, and then so like I was basically, the way I was going to handle Drills and Chills was I was going to start both this kit and Spooktacular Night on the 1st, and then from there decide which one I wanted. Like I figured like whichever one I finished first would be the one that I would be using for my Drills and Chills entry. Well, it got time to fill out the form, and I already had the pictures of this one, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do my entry form with the Apple Dragon. I know it's going to be finished very quickly, so I was like, you know, I'll just do this one. But anyways, so that's why Spooktacular Night has not been, well, that's one reason why I did not start it yet. Or why I was planning on, like, that's why it's kit up, and I was planning on starting it. So Spooktacular Night was supposed to be my first square kit I did for the month of September. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna choose, so Witchcraft Room is my second square kit I had planned, and Witch's New Year is my third one I had planned. So I was trying to decide, like, okay, what do I want to do here? Because like I wanted to kit up one other than my Spooktacular, or yeah, I want to start one other than Spooktacular Night, because I wanted to have the option to use that for my Drills and Chills entry if that arose. But then, so yeah, I was like, okay, and I was like, both kits were calling. One was calling harder, obviously, and that is the one that I chose, the Witchcraft, or the Witch's New Year. But like both kids were calling me, and I'm like, okay, well, I need to decide which one I want to do. So finally I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna kit this one up. And it was, honestly, it was already down here, so it made it very easy. Like I would have had to go upstairs and like dig out Witchcraft Room out of my closet and stuff. So I was like, this one's right here, I'll just do this one. Yeah, so I started that on September 30th, and by September 31st, I think I had almost the first 2 rows of it done. Like, it was so nice to work on. It was going so fast. Like, I've gotten to the point now, like, the artist has one other kit with DAC right now, and that's Mabon. And now that kit is being added to my wish list, because at first I wasn't sure if I wanted it, and then after working on this, her second kit that she has with DAC, I was like, I kind of need that one, the other one too. So yeah, I've been going really hard on that one, and I only have 2 sections left. The only reason I am not doing it for this whip and chat is because I don't think that the 2 sections I have left would actually take me an hour, because it's all color blocking. So I decided to go with this one because I was like, I probably should do the one that's more likely to take me an hour. So yeah, I almost have my first kit for September finished. And that's just crazy to think because that one went so fast. And then once that's done, I'm obviously going to start in on Spooktacular Night and also work on this one. Still kind of trying to decide how I want to manage this one because the entire sky is color blocking and everything, like of course the dragon and stuff is more confetti because dragon scales are always confetti. So I've been trying to decide if I just want to go through and do all of the sky first and then end on the dragon. I've done that. I did that with Pumpkin Dragon last year. And I think I plan on doing that with my second dragon kit because it's going to be Trick or Treat by Ann Stokes, and like the entire like background is all black. So I might just I think I'm gonna follow suit with what I usually do with those and just like run through the background first and then finish off on the dragon. So that's kind of been what I'm deciding on. The only difference is this is a round and I don't know if I want to be resting my arm on round drills with exposed glue when I have cat fur and dog fur everywhere. Because yeah, these animals are ridiculous. Okay, but let's get into my week. I talked a lot about my kits and such, so yeah, so last talked to you on Friday last week. Saturday, honestly, was just a very mild and quiet day. Not really much excitement. My husband went to the movies and saw the new Aliens movie with his friends, or one of his friends. And I kind of, it's kind of funny, too, because, if you know the Aliens franchise, it's, it can be jump scary. And when they got out of the movie, apparently, a locust or some sort of weird-looking bug flew at my husband's friend, and he, jumped. He's like, no, I've seen enough weird stuff tonight. So that story, still makes me laugh. Yeah. It's just perfect. You walk out of a movie that is kind of spooky, and then something happens that connects to the movie, and yeah. Okay. I was just, okay, that's interesting. So yeah, not really much to say about Saturday. We just needed a relaxation day because, yeah, we knew this week was going to be hectic. Oh yeah, Sunday morning was really funny. So we were laying in bed and doing our wake up routine because we wake up and then we tend to just check our notifications on our phones before we actually get up and get going for the day. And Zero was being absolutely ridiculous. He was just laying up against my husband and he was just obsessively licking, which it's a corgi trait. That's what they do. They obsessively lick things, which is something I did not know until after I had one. But yeah, so he's just laying there and we're he kept licking my husband's hand and my husband's like, Zero, stop licking me. And then Zero would stop and look at him and then slowly stick his tongue out and tap his hand with his tongue and then pull it back into his mouth. It's what are you doing, you weirdo? So yeah, that was pretty comical. Let's see. Oh yeah, and then we really didn't do too much on that day either. We did have our family dinner at my in-laws' house, which we did steal the boys from their mom for, because Labor Day was actually her holiday. So we didn't actually have the boys on Monday until late on Monday. Well, I say late, but after dinner on Monday. So we stole them for a little bit so that way we could do family dinner and stuff because the cousins were all there and everything, and trying to coordinate the cousins' schedule is so difficult. So whenever we can grab the boys from their mom, when they're with their mom to hang out with their cousins, we usually try to do that. So yeah, we had family cookout time, and Sydney was running around and playing and having a good time. And then Sarah, she had gone to Sweden and she brought the souvenirs that she brought back from the trip. So she got the boys this weird 3-pronged boomerang And then Sydney, she got this cute little stuffed animal wolf for her. And I got a pair of socks, which are purple and black, which are a couple of my favorite colors. And I actually don't know if Sarah realized that when she got them for me. So I was like, yeah, I'm excited about that. So yeah, and she also, because she works at she volunteers at the local food pantry, and sometimes they get stuff in that they can't give away in the food pantry. So sometimes Sarah grabs that stuff, and one of the things that they had was this like little lap table, that's like, it's all Blue's Clues themed. And it came with a Blue's Clues coloring book and everything. And so she gave that to Sydney at my in-laws' house. And Sydney was just sitting there and pointing to all the characters and saying their names. It was so cute. I was like, man, my girl is so smart. I love it. So she was going crazy with that. And then she was very excited when we were able to take it home with us too. Oh, crap. Trying to make sure there we go. Keep pulling up the washi. This one is not sticking as well. So yeah, we had a cookout at my in-laws' house, and all the kids got to sit out on the porch and eat, so it was nice and quiet for us adults in there. Although minus my mother-in-law, who took one for the team and sat out there with all the boys. Yeah, it was a pretty good night. And then once we were done, well, we were going to take the boys back once we were done there, but my father-in-law offered to take the boys back because they just moved into their new house now. So my father-in-law wanted to drive them back so he knew where the house was, because he tends to like pick them up for us from time to time, or drop them off, or like sometimes if he wants to take the boys for something, like he'll coordinate with their mom and stuff like that and go grab them. So he wanted to know where the new house was, so he offered to drive them back, which was so amazing because that made it so that we could just come home and get Sydney in bed, and then we were just able to relax the rest of the night, which felt really good. But also threw my week off because, Sunday nights are nights the boys are back, and nights that we are dealing with boy bedtimes and showers and all that stuff, and we didn't have to deal with that. So it did kind of throw me off. Then on Monday, of course, was Labor Day, so that's a holiday here in the States, and that meant my husband didn't have to work either of his jobs, which is amazing. So he had a full day off. And then it was actually a really beautiful day. Like, it was a very cool fall day. Like, it was absolutely perfect. I had the doors open majority of the day, just cooling it off in here and getting some fresh air in the house, because man, that is so needed sometimes. It's amazing how much your mood perks up when you have fresh air coming through the house. Oh, I have to adjust my chair. Ugh. Getting too old. Ugh. And of course, with Labor Day comes all of the amazing sales. So like Diamond Heart Club had a sale, Jada Gem Shop had a sale. I'm sure others had sales too, but those are the two I mainly noticed. I mostly was trying not to pay attention to sales. But Jade did get me, because there is a cross stitch along that I really wanted to do, so I did buy the pattern for it, and I was going to do it as a diamond painting conversion, a cross stitch conversion, sorry. And so I was like, okay, I gotta get the materials for this, because it starts on the 10th of September, so obviously I'm going to be starting late, because there's no way that I'm going to get that in 5 days. Like, by the time Jade gets it, it takes them 10 days to ship to me for some reason. So, like, granted, I know I'm across the country, but other companies get hit here fast. Like, UPS is just horrible. I hate UPS. But anyways, so yeah, I was gonna hold off on ordering those until a later date, but then she had that sale going. It was 25% off. And so, like, the price of it was way too good to pass up, because I think original cost of the materials was like $60. And then what I ended up paying was 63 with the sale. So I was like, I kind of need to take advantage of this. Like, I was not going to buy a diamond painting in the month of September, but here we are. It's technically a diamond painting. So, I got the pattern and materials for that, so I am looking forward to it. I'm probably going to do like a video series on it too, so that'll be fun. But yeah, and of course it's the same one that Katie's doing. So I'm not trying to copy Katie, we just like the same things. Sometimes it scares me how similar we are. Anyways, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to that because like the description on it is just like cozy video game dragons. It's like, yeah, you had me at dragons, honestly. So I mean, you had me at cozy and video game, but dragons really does it. So yeah, I did get that. And then boys came back that day. They came back a little bit after dinner, and they're talking about their new rooms and stuff because now that they're at so they moved from a townhouse to an actual house. So their mom's boyfriend owns his own house, and so they moved in there. And now the boys have their own rooms over there, which is something that I am desperately wanting to have for them over here because I knew it'd be so good for them. And sure enough, it's proving to be because Alex was like, wow, I slept the best I've slept in a long time last week. And it's like, well, yeah, because you and your brother weren't in there keeping each other up all night. Thankfully, you can say that has not been a problem this week, but I will get into that in a little bit. Okay, computer, I know you're mad, but calm down. But yeah, so yeah, they were telling us about their new rooms and stuff, and they got to decorate them the way they wanted to, chose the paint on the walls and stuff, which is what we were planning on doing with them too. And then I'm kind of like going like curses and stuff like that because our plan was to mount mount TVs in their rooms when they have their own rooms here, and they're getting that right now at their mom's house. I'm like, no, come on, I wanted to be the one to do that, but it's okay. They'll have it in both places once we get a new house. But yeah, they're pretty excited about that. And then we also had to make sure like all the school stuff was ready and everything because the boys started school on Wednesday this week, so it was just a lot to go through. And then of course we had to have like the internet safety talk with them because their mom lets them on TikTok, which I'm not personally, like both me and my husband are like, no, they're too young for that. But she even allows Alex to post TikToks as long as she's got some like rules with it and stuff like that, but it's just, honestly, it's not something that's comfortable. And like we had like the internet safety talk with them and stuff like that because it's just like, it is a scary world right now, and honestly I want my boys to understand like there is scary stuff out there and you need to be careful. So we did have like, I mean, it wasn't like a scare tactic or anything like that, but it was just like a moderate talk, like, yeah, make sure you're not putting information out there that shouldn't be out there. Like, don't talk about where you live, don't show images of the front of your house, stuff like that. And so yeah, it sucks that we have to have that talk with them right now because like if it were up to us, they wouldn't have access to like YouTube and TikTok or anything like that. But once again, we didn't have, like, their mom got them the cell phones, their mom is paying for them, so that's on her right now. We just kind of have to do what we can for them here, so that's what we do. We just have these talks with them and make sure they understand, like, make sure you're being careful, like, yeah. But yeah, that wasn't something I was expecting to do on Sunday or on Monday. Oh, I already took that off. I'm like looking over. Was that day? Oh, I guess it was that day. Sorry. Oh yeah, I did have them for a couple days before I filmed it. I'm like trying to make sure my events are in order, but I know they're in order because I made sure to type every night. So yeah, after they went to bed, I filmed and we got my month in review video posted, which I'm sure you guys have watched already. I was really proud of myself for August because, man, I did a lot. And, like, even by the end of August, I'm like, well, I am out of stuff to do, so I'm going to do something else. Like, that's pretty impressive. Like, I was pretty impressed with myself because I really did not think I was going to get through everything I wanted to before September 1st. And the fact that I did that and then some really made me feel good. So, excited that I got all that done, and I did some amazing kits that I absolutely love and tried out a couple new companies too. So that was, I feel like August was very productive, which I am happy for. Okay, I need to sip a drink real quick. Of course I swallowed the wrong pipe. Okay, we're good. What was that? Kitten's doing something. Kitten's doing kitten things. Okay, so then, yeah, I recorded that, and then I was like, you know what, I already have the table cleared off and everything. Oh, they're gonna fight now. I already have the table all cleared off and ready to go, so I'm going to do an unboxing, because I have not seen these two particular kits get unboxed yet. But that actually got posted on Wednesday, so you probably already saw that as well. What is that I'm feeling? So yeah, I unboxed those. It was Any Candy and Bottled Halloween, which I think I have a new favorite artist. And I didn't even realize that was gonna happen. So I bought these two kits separately. Like, Any Candy was a birthday present for myself because I used my 20% off coupon for it. And I even told myself, I'm like, I really like this kit. If I can still use my 20% off coupon for it, then I'm going to do that, and that'll be good. And then if it didn't make it to Saturday for the release, then I was just gonna not get it. But thankfully, cards were in my favor, and it worked. So I did get that kit, and then the week after, that's when Bottled Halloween came out, and I really, 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 really wanted to have that kit, and my husband's like, well, we got a little bit of extra funds right now, so if you want to grab it, then, like, I'll buy it for you. So he did that, and then I didn't even honestly look at the artist on it. I just looked at the artwork, and I love, like, it's kind of like a cartoony style, which I love, and it's just, I love the colors that she uses and stuff. And then I'm standing there looking at these two kits side by side, and I'm like, oh wait, this is the same artist. So, yeah, that was pretty exciting. So, I think I have a new favorite artist, and I double checked because I was like, I wonder if there's any other of her art on DAC that I missed just to see if it continues to follow the trend. And there is one other piece on there, and it is a piece that I absolutely fell in love with too, and it's actually on my wish list. So I was like, yep, definitely a new favorite artist. Well, I think I've done that now with two artists, because the artist of Witch's New Year, whose name it's like Anne Aubrey, I think, or something like that. Yeah, I missed an equal sign. Yeah, I've fallen in love with her work as well. So I guess I have two new favorite artists, but it's just funny how that happened, because it's like I didn't even pay attention. I have no idea where that went. Okay. I didn't even pay attention who the artist was. I was like, oh, I like these two canvases, and then bam, same artist. So that was pretty comical to me. And it's like, oh, is this how you find new artists? You just suddenly love all their work. But yeah. Did that just fling out? No? Okay. I think I just saw the reflection of it. Oh yeah, and then that was the night I finally got around to watching Sailor Moon Cosmos. So I love the Sailor Moon series, as you probably could tell by my month in review, because I did 2 diamond paintings for Sailor Moon. And so Sailor Moon Cosmos dropped August 22nd. And I was like, oh yeah, I need to watch this. But then I also wanted to rewatch the rest of the series first. So I did that, and I got through the whole series, and then I was like, okay, cool, now I'm ready for Cosmos. So I walked into this movie not knowing anything about the arc, so I did not know what to expect. And of course, I'm not going to give any spoilers just in case you haven't, like, if you want to see it and you haven't yet. But oh my goodness, I cried so hard during this movie, and I'm like, wow, I was not expecting that. So it was rough. It was kind of rough, I'm not gonna lie. Like, because, like, most of the time, like, things are happening, you're like, oh, well, this is fine because this hasn't happened yet, and then that happened, and I'm like, oh, well, things are not okay now. So yeah, that was heart-wrenching. Like, I'm sitting, like, I finished the movie, and I'm just kind of, like, sitting staring at the screen, and, like, I'm, like, trying not to cry, like, oh my god. Like, it ended happily. Like, it was fine in the end, but it was just a roller coaster, and I'm just like, I just stopped. I'm like, wow, that was traumatic. Like, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that happened. It was a good movie though. It was a little confusing, but it was good. Okay, and then so Tuesday we were launching into our back to school prep because Wednesday was the boys' first day of school. So we were kind of like going through, making sure Chromebooks were all charged up because they have Chromebooks assigned from the school. And they were making sure backpacks were in order. We, like, talked about what the boys needed for school and stuff like that, because, like, things are changing a little bit this year. Alex is in middle school and Drake's still in elementary school, so it's like Drake gets a snack. Alex doesn't now because he doesn't actually have a snack time, but he did ask to be sent with some things that he can eat between school and football. So we do have, they're like the Special K protein bars, so something small that will help him in between, or help, like, re-energize him for practice and stuff. So yeah, it was just all about getting that stuff. Yeah, and the nice thing is, like, we don't actually have to worry about school supplies in our district because the school, like, they started this last year that they provide all the school supplies for the students. So we don't need to worry about giving them any. The school provides everything for them. And then this year the school is even going like one past that, and all of the kids in the school, like, get free lunches. So no parents are paying for lunches this year, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. And I hope more schools follow suit because honestly, like, we're at the income threshold where we don't have to worry about paying for lunches because, you know, we make little enough where the boys do get free lunches. But the fact that we didn't have to dance around and fill out the paperwork and stuff was really nice this year. And the fact, like, all the school gets it now, it's just, I think that's a great thing, honestly. So yeah, we didn't have to worry about a lot of the heavy purchases that a lot of parents have to worry about at this time of year, and I'm sure a lot of you are cursing me right now for it, but it was kind of nice. And then, let's see. Oh yeah, this was the day that we finally snapped. So I never wanted to be that parent who just threw a tablet at my child to get her to leave me alone, but Sydney's gotten to the point where she is, like, constantly asking to steal our phones, and it's gotten to the point where, like, even if I'm on the phone responding to Discord messages, or if, like, my husband's on the phone responding to team messages for work or anything like that, she is, like, sitting there screaming at us for our phones because we have this one app on there. It's got a bunch of like baby games on it. It sings nursery, one that sings, like, nursery rhymes, and, like, there's a one where you, like, ride a boat and you have to find certain items in the background and stuff, and so it's very educational. So, like, it's a good one for her to play and stuff, but it was just getting to the point where she was just, like, constantly begging us for our phones, and it's like, oh my gosh. And, like, our batteries were getting so worn down because she would just, like, obsess over our phones for hours and wouldn't let us do anything else. And it's like, okay, well, we need to do something. So we got her a tablet. The the kids fire tablet was on sale. It was like, it's normally like $95 or something like that, and we got it for like $55. And it's got like a lifetime warranty on it and stuff, because it's a kids thing. Like, they know kids are gonna break stuff, and it's got like this big squishy case on it and everything. So we got her this, and it was like 2 day shipping. So we're like, okay, this will be here in a couple days, and then once it's here, she can like have like, and then we double checked, like the Amazon app store did have that particular app on it too, so it was like, oh, perfect. So we're like, okay, we ordered it. So yeah, and I'll get to you how that went with, or how that's been going so far, once I get there. Let's see. Oh my god, and Tuesday was just the day that Artemis was a complete menace. Like, I don't know, like, normally I'd say the kitten woke up and chose chaos. No, this kitten woke up and chose violence on that day. Like, he was a little nightmare. He kept walking across, like, because we have my bookshelves currently blocked off with Zero's dog crate, because we don't want Zero going over there and chewing the books, because, you know, he's still a puppy. We're still training the chewing out. It's always always a process, but yeah, we have that blocked off, and Artemis keeps like walking across my dresser and jumping over it to get to the garbage cans that are back there and to play with stuff. And it's like, oh my gosh. So he did that multiple times in the morning. Like, he was doing that the night before too. And so then he like woke up and just started right in and doing it in the morning too. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be a day. And then sure enough, like the entire day, he just would not calm down. He was just going crazy, and just like, I'm like, okay, when's your kitty battery gonna die? Like, come on, dude. And he's chasing Shadow right now. So yeah, he was just all over the place, climbing our screens, climbing the curtains, and jumping on Shadow and Zero, and just getting them all riled up. And it's just like, oh my goodness, it was a real chaos kitten day for sure. Oh yeah. So Alex has been, like, I know I mentioned it before, he's doing football this year, as of right now. So he had his first practice last week when he was with his mom, and after that first practice, he was saying he wanted to quit. And like, he was like, we were talking about it last night, I think it was, and he was like mentioning how, like, oh, the day that he went, he had like a lot of junk food beforehand, and he didn't sleep very well, and then he went and did all this physical activity, and then he was like, he was not feeling very hot afterwards. So yeah, he said he wanted to quit, and we're like, okay, well, at least try to make it to the first scrimmage, which is their version of their games, because it's modified, so it's middle school football. So we're like, okay, try to make it to your first scrimmage, and if you still decide at that point you want to quit, then we will support it, because, you know, we don't want to force him to do something if he's not enjoying it. But we also want him to give it a chance as well, like a real chance. So he's been doing that. And so on Tuesday he did have a football practice as well, because like he started like the week before school started, so he had like an afternoon football practice. It was like 3 to 5, and he came home from that, and he was like walking all stiff and stuff. And so I'm like, how you doing there, old man? And he was like laughing at me. He's like, I'm really sore. And then I was like, and then we're like comparing our battle wounds, because like the week before, Sydney messed up my hip really bad, and I was in like a lot of pain in my sciatic region. And I was like, well, at least you're sore from actually doing physical activity and like working your muscles, whereas I was sore because your sister sat on my lap the wrong way. Like, that's just how it goes. Like, she put too much weight on one side and there wasn't weight on the other side, so then my hip was all out of whack. But yeah, he seems like he's changed his mind a little bit right now, although this week has been really killer on him. Like tonight, poor kid, he was sitting at the dinner table and he just started crying, and I'm like, are you okay, dude? And he's like, I'm just so tired. I'm like, oh. Like, it's like, you haven't even added homework to this routine yet. Like, yeah. So we'll see what happens on Tuesday. I have a feeling a lot of that's going to be dependent on whether they win or lose the game also. Like, because if they win, he might want to keep at it, but if they lose, he may, like, step back. So we'll see. Oh, yeah. And I did a great dad joke. It was fantastic. So the Drake was playing Minecraft, and he was talking about, like, all the stacks of diamonds that he got. I think you guys know where this is going now. And so, like, I grabbed a container that was, like, full of diamonds, because, like, I have a couple colors in Witch's New Year that were, like, I have full jars for. And so I grabbed it. I'm like, betcha I have more stacks of diamonds than the two of you put together. And they did laugh. I'm pretty sure, like, it was a pity laugh, but they laughed. So I'll take that as a win. Okay, and then Wednesday was our first day of school. Their mom came over in the morning to see them off on the buses. Yeah, we're like, oh, how is this gonna work? Because, like, Alex's bus is way earlier than Drake's bus now, because Alex is obviously going to middle school, so he's riding the high school bus to school. And so we're like, oh, is she just gonna hang out here the whole time and just be here? So, yeah, she ended up running an errand in between buses and stuff. We actually didn't think she was going to make it on time for Drake's bus, but thankfully his bus was running a little behind, it seemed. And I think we have a better bus driver this year. Last year we had a miserable bus driver, so thankfully it seems like this year he's not back. But yeah, so first day of school, we got Alex all set and off to school, and then, like, yeah, me and my husband just kind of stayed up, because, like, usually we would go back to bed in between, but we're like, no, we're just gonna stay up, get things going and stuff. So that's what we did. And then we got Drake off to school, and then after we got Drake off to school, like, I was realizing too, I was like, we didn't pack a snack for him, and thankfully, like, his mom got him a Gatorade, so he at least had something to drink. She brought him a back to school treat, basically. So it was kind of funny too, because, like, we're sitting there and we're like, and, like, yeah, they all get off, and I'm like, oh wait, we didn't do water bottles or snacks or anything. Like, you can tell we were so tired that morning, because, I mean, it's the first time we've had to wake up at 6:30, and I don't even know how long. It was a very early morning. So yeah, yeah, and then of course we got the typical back to school pictures and stuff, and and the boy's mom was, like, recording Alex as he got on the bus and stuff like that, and she's like, oh my god, he's gonna so hate me. I was like, yeah, it was just really funny. But yeah, we did the embarrassing, he's got two embarrassing moms, so that makes it even more fun. But yeah, we did the embarrassing mom stuff and everything, and oh yeah, and then we were talking to the neighbors and stuff in the morning, because they were out getting their girls. Or no, we were talking to them in the evening, never mind. So yeah, boys got off to school, and my husband had taken the day off of work, of both, like, well, he doesn't work Wednesdays at the second job, and he took off the day from his main job as well, because, like, yeah, he didn't want to have to juggle work on the first day of school with all the back and forth and the boy's mom being here, and it would be too much chaos with all that. So yeah, he was off from work, so we were like, okay, we're gonna do some errands today, because we had to do grocery shopping, and we wanted to get Zero in and groomed, because he does not do well with us grooming him, so we're like, well, maybe he'll do better for a professional. So yeah, so we called the local, because we have, like, a little hometown pet store here, and that's where the groomers are, and they are very reasonable price, like, not bad pricing at all for groomers. Like, I think it was only $60, and he was a hard puppy to deal with too. But yeah, so we got his appointment set up for 2, and we're like, okay, it'll be perfect. So, I mean, we're like, well, we'll just keep Sydney up from her. Like, we won't bother putting her down for a nap because she doesn't nap anyways. She hasn't been napping right now. So we're like, okay, we'll just keep her up from her nap, and then we will get him to the groomer. And when we dropped him off, like, we're like, okay, we'll drop him off at the groomer, and then we'll go to the pet store, or not pet store, the grocery store, and then by the time we're done there, it should be time to go pick him up. It worked out perfectly. It really did. So we got him there, and like we walked in, and like Sydney was like holding my, like she's been all about walking herself lately, which has been amazing, but we're still working on keeping her like holding our hands and stuff. So we walked in the pet store, dropped Zero off at the groomers, and they asked us, like, you know, standard questions like, oh, how old is he? Has he been groomed before and stuff? What do you guys want done? Yada, yada, yada. So we're like, okay, if you can, we would like him, obviously, washed and bathed and stuff like that, but if you can also clip his nails, that would be awesome, because that has been a nightmare. Turns out the doggy does not like it when people touch his feet. So yeah. We dropped him off, and then off we went to the grocery store, and that was a riot. Honestly, it was just so much fun. I basically stayed with the cart in Sydney the whole time. My husband grabbed all the stuff that we needed, and there was one point where he went down an aisle to grab something, and I was like, I'm gonna stay at the end of the aisle because it's just easier than driving down there and then spinning around and coming back. So I was like, I'm just gonna park right here. And then Sydney kept like trying to peek around the side to see where her dad went. So I was like, I looked at her and I'm like, where's Daddy? And she like goes, where's Daddy? And then like there was a woman walking by just as she did that, and she was just like, oh. It's like, it was just like, yeah, you're melting the hearts of everybody here right now. So yeah, we finished up. Oh yeah, my husband learned. He learned why he should not bring me grocery shopping with him, because we came out of that store with 4 more things than we actually needed to. I think it was 4. Because, like, we were looking at stuff because, like, Alex had gotten Special K cereal, and it was, like, pumpkin spice, and I was like, ooh, that's interesting. So I tried a bowl of it the other day, and I'm like, ooh, I really like this. So I got a box for myself for... because like I like to have my own cereal, just like we let the boys each have their own cereal, and then like I was like, I know I want my own cereal, so that way it's not just all gone on me, especially with a 12-year-old, because he's gonna eat it all. So I was like, ooh, I want that, and then so we found the end cap with all the pumpkin spice flavors and stuff like that. I'm like, no, I just want that. And then I was like, oh wait, they're 2 for $6, and then I looked up and I saw they had Reese's Puffs with bats, and I was like, oh, I want that too. So we came out with that, and then we were in the dairy section, and they have the bottled pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks. So I was like, ooh, that's interesting. He's like, oh, do you want to try that? I'm like, well, sure, I'll try it. Turns out like it's okay. It's just there's one of the spices that's way too prominent in it, and it would just be better if it was a better mix. But yeah, so I did get that as well. So there's 2. And then the third, and this is definitely the final thing, we also in the dairy department, because we were looking at the cinnamon rolls and stuff like that, and last year we did get like the Grand's pumpkin spice cinnamon rolls, and it's like basically just a regular cinnamon roll, but it's got like pumpkin spice frosting or icing for it. And we got it last year, and it was so good, and like Alex really enjoyed it and stuff like that, and I believe Drake enjoyed it too, but we'll find out for sure. But yeah, I was like, oh, let's get that for the boys as a like, congratulations, you survived the first week of school, and special breakfast on Saturday. So we did grab that as well. So yeah, and then I was just kind of laughing. I'm like, this is why you should never take me shopping, because I spend more money than I should. So that was pretty comical. And then once like we got all checked out and stuff, and by the time we were back out to the car, we had gotten the call from the pet store being like, oh yeah, he's almost done. So we're like, okay, cool. So we went and grabbed him, and then turns out he was a little nightmare for them, but thankfully the woman was very good about it. She actually like offered to do to groom him again in the future. Like she's like, yeah, next time you need him groomed, just ask for my name and set up an appointment with me. I was like, oh, we're like, okay, cool. Because apparently the other two groomers don't do well with the problem dogs. But yeah, so I was like, okay, of course our dog is a problem dog. And then she gave us some like tips for helping with his like aversion, having people touch his feet. So we've kind of been working with that with him as well. Oh yeah, because like she was able to clip his back nails, but she could not get his front claws clipped. So we're like, okay, well, we're gonna attempt to clip them at home again. At some point, we're just gonna use like, we're gonna motivate him with treats like we usually have to. But yeah, she gave us some like tools for helping get him used to having his feet touched and stuff. So hopefully those will help. We'll see. But yeah, he was all nice smelling, and they trimmed up his little butt fur, so he's got like that perfect corgi butt shape now. And he just like, I keep looking at his little corgi butt because it's just so cute, and it's like little perfect right now. And he smells good, and they put this cute little bandana on him, which Drake actually didn't notice until today, which is like a day later, which was hilarious. He's like, what's this cloth around Zero's neck? It's like, oh, it's a bandana they gave him at the groomers. And like, he's like, but why? And it's like, because like, they felt like it, because he was all nice and clean and made him look nice. Like, I don't know. But yeah, he still smells good today, thankfully. And then we got home, and we're like, came time for Drake to get off the bus, because since Alex has his football practice, it was like you have to go pick him up afterwards. So yeah, we decided to wait outside because their afternoon bus driver is so obsessed with Sydney. She absolutely adores Sydney. I was like, oh, she needs to be able to see Sydney on the first day of school. Like, come on, we can't not do this. And so we went outside a little early because, like, the timing of the bus showing up last year apparently is different than it is this year. So we went outside a little early, but it's okay because, like, we all got some good sunlight, and Sydney was able to roam around the yard and stuff and be silly and stuff. And then the neighbors were out, too, because they were waiting for their daughters to get off the bus because the district we're in, they have 3 different elementary schools, and so our boys go to a different elementary school than the neighbors' girls do. So they're not on this, like, the only time they're on the same bus is when, like, they're on the early morning bus for chorus and stuff. But I think next year the older daughter should be in middle school with Alex, so they might be riding the bus together, but I'm not entirely positive on that. But yeah, so we decided to wait outside, and we were like talking to the neighbor and stuff like that, and she got donuts for the girls, and like she was like, well, in order to get free delivery with like DoorDash, I needed to get us a dozen, so do you guys want some? So yeah, the girls grabbed their donuts, and then we grabbed ours and brought them inside just until Alex was done with football so he could get his as well. So and then yeah, bus came, Drake got off the bus. Bus driver was like awing at Sydney and stuff, and then Sydney was like running up to her brother going, Drake, Drake, Drake. It was just so cute. And then we came inside, we all had donuts, and Sydney, she scarfed hers. Oh my gosh, this girl eats fast when she enjoys something, and oh my gosh, it was gone so fast. It was really funny. So yeah, we all had our donuts, and then we left the box there until Alex got home so that way he could choose his. And then we asked Drake how his first day of school went, and he said it went really well. So the way their elementary school works is that, like, for 2 years they're in the same classroom. So kindergarten is on their own, like they don't do that in kindergarten. But then like 1st and 2nd grade they're with a teacher, and then 3rd and 4th grade they're with a teacher, and then 5th and 6th they're with a teacher. So Drake is in 4th grade, so he's in his 2nd year with this teacher. And all of the younger kids are moving up into his grade now. and apparently a lot of the younger kids that he was friends with in his other class are now in his class again. So he's got a lot more friends in his classes this year, which is awesome. Because last year he was having a little trouble with the kids in this class ignoring him. So I'm glad to hear like he's got more of his group in there. So yeah. Have I been sliding this? No, I haven't. Okay. Has the camera been sliding on it? I don't know. Anyways, so was happy to hear that he had a good first day of school, and we're already starting right into the homework routine, because what he had to do last year was like every night he'd have to do 20 minutes of reading, and then we'd sign off on a log saying he did his 20 minutes of reading. So yeah, I started right in with that again, and he doesn't have Spanish on Wednesdays, so I don't know when his Spanish homework's going to be, so we'll find out. But yeah, or no, he used to have Spanish every day but Wednesdays, but we're going to see how it goes this year with homework and stuff. Yep, and then we had to go out and pick up Alex after football practice, and he said he had a good first day. He said he, like, because, you know, he's, excuse me, he's moving up into the year of swapping classes every class and walking around the school more and everything like that. So we asked him how, like, that was going and stuff. He said it was going really good. He said that his favorite teacher so far was his English teacher, which was a shocker to me because, honestly, like, this kid does not like reading or English or anything along those lines, and he has a teacher now that he likes. So I'm like, ooh, hopefully this means you'll actually like start to enjoy the subject. Because I was telling him, like, yeah, I never thought I would ever enjoy chemistry, but then I had a teacher who just like really made it amazing and made me love it, and sure enough, I did amazing in chemistry, which, me being a person who's not good at math, but I was good at chemistry, figure that one out. So yeah. And then he said at that time he was like, oh, I think my favorite subject is going to be health, because the way the school is doing it, they kind of combine health and home ec together. And so like in their health class, they're going to be doing all like the cooking and stuff like that, the baking and stuff that you do in home ec. And he's like, oh, I'm really looking forward to that and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize they were doing that. Of course, that has now changed because he didn't have all the classes yesterday, of course, because, you know, they have the mixed schedule. So today he had tech class, and his tech teacher has a service dog, and that is now his favorite class because there's a dog there. But yeah, I'm like, what are you playing with? I had a feeling that tech was going to be his favorite class anyways, because it's a class where he can be up and moving, and he's not just stuck sitting and listening to stuff, because he's got ADHD and he doesn't sit still very well. So I figured that would be a good one for him. And wow, I've been going a while now. Okay, we're almost done. Yeah, actually we're really almost done. So yeah, and then of course later that night he's like sitting on the couch and he's just like fading so fast. Like he looked like he was about to fall asleep on the couch. Yeah, and then today, yeah, not really much, like I said, today was just kind of a rough day. A lot of things happened. Like, I had Sydney giving me trouble, and then, oh yeah, I didn't talk about her tablet. So yeah, her tablet is in, and it's working really well. She, like, today was her first full day with it, because we got it in late last night. And so, like, it was the first full day with it, and I was like, okay, well, I basically just let her do what she was going to do with it and see if I had to limit anything, and thankfully I don't feel like I have to. She did put it down and do other stuff, and so I was like, okay, so I don't feel like I need to limit her screen time, because she is putting it down on her own. So yeah, that was good news. And then yeah, I told you about the switch up to tech teacher, or tech being his favorite, Alex's favorite class. Drake had a good second day of school. He was telling us about like how his schedule is different from last year and stuff like that, because, you know, he is in the older grade, so he's going to be in classes with like electives with older students now instead. So yeah, it was good. That was good, but then you know, we had trouble at dinner time with Drake again because, like, I don't know, I don't think he's speaking up when he needs to be. Because, like, at the start of the week, we plan out our meals for the week. We're like, okay, we ask the boys what they want, and, like, we have both of them give us options, so that way we're not just, like, picking all ones that Alex wants or all ones that Drake wants. We have a nice, even balance. And we double check with both of them, like, okay, are you sure this is gonna be okay? Are you gonna be okay with this? And usually we get yeses. And so we got yeses from Drake. So tonight we had French toast sticks for dinner. They're the frozen French toast sticks. We pop them in the air fryer and dip them in syrup, and they're coated with cinnamon and sugar. And he was giving us a hard time with eating those, and then he was like saying, like, I don't think I like these anymore. And it's like, wait, what? And so, like, we had to have a whole conversation with him and stuff like that and figure it out. And it's like, dude, if you're not in the mood for stuff, you need to speak up sooner. Not when we're serving the meal to you and stuff, because, like, that's why we double check at the beginning of the week, like, to make sure that we're getting foods that you actually want to eat and not foods that you're going to be like this over and stuff. So it was a whole situation, and I was just like, yeah, that on top of, I guess I don't have to go into too much detail, but yeah, there's some rough stuff that happened last night too, and then other rough stuff that happened during the day today, and it's just like, okay, this day is just too much for me. I'm overwhelmed. I'm done. Like, I'm checking out for the night. But yeah. But man, me taking notes is a good thing now, because apparently I can keep going for an entire hour when I take notes instead of being like, I don't know what to say. So yeah, what are we looking forward to this week? I do have a small shop haul. I'm very excited about that one. I'm sure if you follow me on Instagram, you saw my post, so you get a little preview of what the small shop haul is. But yeah, I'm looking very forward to that. I broke out some of my Halloween decorations and stuff for it. Again, the same ones I used for my Halloween and fall planning video, because I'm like, you know what, these are here, I'm going to use them. So I'm going to try to, like, sporadically use them in videos going forward where I can. Oh yeah, and if you do follow me on Instagram, you see that, you probably know already, but if you don't, Sophie and I put out the announcement for our Night Court November. We are doing that again this year if you are interested, and you should have plenty of time to get a kit from Jade if that's the route you want to go. We're really excited that we're going to be doing it again this year, because last year was just so much fun, and I love seeing all the bookish art, and even, like, finding things that I did not know were, like, from books and stuff like that. Like, there's I think it was, like, an Anna Dittman piece from DIY Moon Shop that somebody did, and it was a book cover that I was like, wow, that's okay, yeah, that's awesome. Like, because the person asked me, like, oh, is this count? It's a book cover. I'm like, well, yeah, definitely counts. But yeah, so we are doing that in November again, so definitely prepare. I have my High Lord and High Lady of the Night Court that I will be working on for that month, so I'm very excited. And of course, we're going to get videos, or I'll get an announcement video put out soon as well in regards to that, but I wanted to make sure that we got it at least posted to Instagram so that people know to prepare. So yeah, we're excited. Yikes. Are you being a menace again? Well, at least you're using the hammock. So yeah. Anyways, I got distracted. So yeah, I have a small shop haul for you next week, and I should have a finish. I realize I put all of my kits from last month upstairs without recording finishes on them, so I'm probably going to skip ahead and do a finish on, like, a wrap-up Wednesday on the Witch's New Year that I'm about to finish tonight. So I'm probably going to skip ahead a little bit because, yeah, it's a lot of work to get those back downstairs, because I have to dig them out of the pile again. And I won't lie, I'm lazy. So yeah, I'll stop yapping your ear off because I gotta go finish a kit and I want to go relax. So if you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up and throw me a comment. Let me know how you guys are doing. How was back to school for you guys? I know a lot of you have been through it like weeks ago, but hey, let me know anyways. How's back to school been for you guys? Hopefully it's doing better than it is for us so far, but But yeah, let me know. And if you're not already subscribed here and you like diamond painting content, please, please, please hit that subscribe button down there. And then hit that bell to be notified when I post new videos. We are very, very quickly approaching 1,000. I think I am, well, I would hope by now I'm at 950, but we'll see. Am I? No, not yet. I'm still at 949. But yeah, so we're getting there. We're almost at the later half of towards 1,000. So definitely subscribe here and hit that bell to be notified when I post new videos. Generally, I tend to post videos on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, but you never know when one will be thrown in at random, so definitely hit that bell. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.